Hi guys, this is Aaron Etheridge, lead developer for Lucid Dreamers, and this is a gameplay video that we are putting together so that you guys can see the state of the game as it is. You'll have to excuse me if I kind of wander around a little bit. This is early in the morning. We want to get this up so you guys can see where the game is right now. First of all, this is an army tile representing a starting army. This is pre-alpha. There's no game here. There's just game mechanics. So I'm basically explaining what you're looking at. I'm going to turn Fog of War off real quick. All this darkness is obviously Fog of War. So we attack the darkness. Pull down the Fog of War. Um, this is the randomly generated world map. I just made a new game before I started this video. And you see mountains, trees, hills, okay, all these different terrain types. And you're also going to notice during this video that there is a great artistic gap between tiles that have been professionally designed by our artists, like the terrain tiles, this dungeon, this town, and this is actually a fount. For those of you who may go by our wiki and find out what those are. And this is a portal to another plane of existence. I drew those. And it's obvious from this boat icon that I drew that I am a coder and not an artist. Allow me to assure you guys that I am better at writing code than I am at drawing images, especially images from scratch. What we're going to start with is this starter army. Like I said, this is just an example. You guys are going to see a lot of these screens that have absolutely no artistic value at all. These are just screens that we've thrown together that do their jobs. That's part of the reason we're raising money with this Kickstarter, is to get better artwork. This army actually contains a hero named George. George is a good name for a hero. If anybody gets that quote, please post about it in the comments. Either way, we're going to right click that, and this is our army separation screen as is. As I said, guys, look, we've no artwork, and Jonathan did this, and he's even worse at this stuff than I am. Either way, we're going to turn off the militia unit. That's actually George, and we just know that he's the most powerful unit in the front. Okies is Jonathan's version of OK. You'll notice that George is still selected. If we move him down one, there are the peasants with pitchforks. We've actually split that army. That's one of the things we can do right now in this pre-alpha. All the cities on the map are under our control, so we can right click them to go in them. This is New Haven. It actually tracks all the towns, different names, Haven obviously, and it actually is tracking different statistical information about them. Strong, Badia, either way, they're very limited in what they can do right now. Obviously these screens are mainly empty. It's in some cases there are numbers in the background right now. We haven't even put in all the numbers, but we're going to change. There are several buildings we can build, but what we're actually going to build is some militia, just to show you guys how that works. Now I'm going to push T, which is going to fire off our turn mechanic. Right now, as you notice, we have no GUI on this screen at all so far. New Haven is finished building militia. Takes us back there. We can right click on this box, bring up our army separation screen. This is how we take armies out of a city. Okies, again, there's that militia unit. So we can build armies in the cities already. There are actually a couple of different units we can build. It shows settlers. Settlers are not actually active right now. You cannot found towns yet. These land units, we've turned them on where the armies can actually fly, so they can cross water as well as world terrain. That's just for our convenience. So if you see me walk across water at any point, that's what's going on. My little boat, it'll take him a few turns to get up there. We'll just clip through him. As you can see, he knows he can't sail through land. These portals, like I said, they are connected to another plane of existence. I stepped in a forest tile, and that takes a little longer to move through. We're actually going to switch planes, which here again, this is just keyed up to a button on the keyboard. Okay. Now, if you look at this, I've turned off the Fog of War again, obviously. If you look at this is obviously a very different map from the one we just came from. We're going to walk up here to this portal, which is going to take a few turns. Now, here again, like I said, I've turned off the fog of war. It is actually keeping track of that, and every time I switch planes, it turns the fog of war back on automatically, just because turning it off is a debug thing for me. Obviously, that's not going to be a game feature, unless somebody buys that as an Easter egg. Um, but this is back on the prime material plane. Right now, we're just working with two. This is our smallest map, by the way, that we're doing samples with. Our testing is being done on the smallest map just for speed purposes. Now, if we switch back from one plane to the other, you can see where I stepped through the portal, walked up, clearing out fog of war on this plane, and then arrived here. You'll also notice that this army, when I hit plane, it's actually switching planes. Um, that's a very simplified mechanic. We're not sure we're going to keep it that way. We want you guys' feedback. All right, the last thing that I think I really want to demonstrate is the combat. So we're going to run down. This is a dungeon. We're going to run down here, and we're just going to fight. Each of the dungeons are just filled with a single unit of skeletons. This is totally for test purposes. When we get a little closer to an actual alpha, there's going to be more than just dungeons, probably. The cities are not going to start out player controlled, and we may throw some random things in the dungeons. That is one other thing. Let me pull up. This is just a console. One of the other random things we have: bank error in your favor. Collect $200. That's just to show we've got a random events generator, and it is firing off. The mechanic is in place. Obviously, that is not a real random event, even though there'll be something like that. You know, you've happened to get a cache of gold or whatever. I'm going to clear this out real quick because I want to go into the combat and show you guys what's happening. So we're just going to step in this dungeon. This is our battle test board. Obviously, there'll be a lot more to it. There again, I drew the background, and it's awful. The sprites, however, have been professionally done. I think they look real good. Life bars need some work. Look, guys, I know this is pre-alpha. Just want to stress that. I've got a ranged attack. These are skeletons. Shooting them with arrows is stupid. Come on, guys, you know that. So I'm going to walk up, and I'm going to attack. I don't know that George is going to make it. We're gonna see here. Ooh, another round. So we're going to let the skeletons attack. And ooh, George won. Excellent. I thought I was going to have to load the game. We're going to load the game anyway just to show you that we can load the game. But one of the cool things is George just got 400 and has a total of 400. That's experience. I forgot to put XP there in the debug kick out. But look, guys, it's XP. I mean, if you, well, hold on. I'll actually load the game from the main screen. That wasn't my intention. I accidentally hit my debug quit, which I instinctively do from time to time. Either way, we're going to run down there one more time because this army still has the peasants in it since we've loaded the game and have not split them into two armies. And here you can see we've got some peasants and George. So we can use the peasants to loosen up the skeletons a bit. Okay, that was real loose. But here's the point. These are the team's experience points value just added together and displayed as team. This is for debug, obviously. And here you can see last time George got 400. This time he only gets half. You know, there were two units on the board. And really, guys, that's what we've got right now. That is our game as it stands. We realize this is pre-alpha. There are some other things going on in the background that are really kind of dull and just not worth talking about. And this video has really run long enough, I think. But I think it gives you a good idea of where we are. Our plans are to move into an alpha, give you guys an update about that, and then aim at getting the beta ready before the Kickstarter is over, where all we've got to do is take out the artwork that we've been using for beta development and put in the actual artwork produced by our artists for the beta. So we're hoping to have a working beta very quickly after the Kickstarter is finished. And of course, you know, the more funds we raise, guys, the more we're going to be able to do with this game. We're very excited about this, but this is a community effort. We can't do it all, and so the more of you that help us, you know, the faster we're going to be able to do things, and the more we're going to be able to get done. So in closing, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I hope this has excited you a little bit about the project. All right, thanks a lot.